Hey there, it's Angela here. Welcome to Let's Walk London. We are in Leicester Square. Good morning. We are approaching Leicester Square within the city of Westminster, not the city of London. And we are just north of Trafalgar Square, just south of Oxford Street, Tottenham Court Road. We are, yes, we are west of Covent Garden. Covent Garden literally is like an 8-minute walk behind us. And if we continued walking west, we would get to places like Oxford Street. I don't know, what else? Regent Street, places like that. So it's a beautiful summer's morning in London. We are outside the Hampshire Hotel on the south side of Leicester Square. There's the ticket, Leicester Square ticket office with Laurel and Hardy on the top. Lovely. And right behind us is a TGI Fridays, and then you've got Global Media and Entertainment Group. So right at this moment, I imagine Capital Radio at least, probably quite a few others, putting out their shows, radio shows. And right here, with Batman sitting on the top, we have the Odeon, Leicester Square. Very famous. If you see premieres in London, they are normally filmed at the Odeon, Leicester Square. People on the red carpet, those types of things. Let's just walk on past. I never get much luck trying to film the Odeon. Last time I was here, a great big white van parked in front of it. This time there's a guy cleaning the pavements. I don't know if you can hear. It's really noisy. So you've got these lovely lights. And normally you would have the red carpet. See, it's shut at the moment. I can actually see people inside. There's a guy in a rucksack. It says we'll be back soon. A sign thanking the NHS, National Health Service. While this guy's quiet with his street cleaning, we'll zip up the side of the square. So view across the central garden. If I do the history, I'll tell you a bit about that garden. There's dukes and kings and all sorts involved in how that garden got to be there. Here's Chiquitos, been in there. Love Mexican food. And I actually don't mind Chiquitos. And that Pizza Hut, I've told you in a previous video, I've been downstairs in that Pizza Hut just before Christmas with my son for his birthday. My goodness, there were some wild and crazy people out that night, but they were fabulous in Pizza Hut actually. Did really well. And over there we can see the View Cinema and the Hippodrome Casino. He started his truck to clean again. Just show you that guy's cleaning up all the pavements. Quite a noisy little van going there. So I'm going to head into Chinatown and then we'll come back to Leicester Square. So if you look at the signs, it says Theatreland. As we're right sort of smack bang, sort of on the edge of the theatres, in the middle of the cinemas obviously. Looking gorgeous over there. They look amazing, don't they, actually? I think I'll go this way. Car coming. Let's view back down to Leicester Square. I think he looks lost. So you can see these places are open, taking deliveries. What have we got along here? Yung Cheng. Beijing dumpling. Okay. I've eaten here quite a lot. I quite like Chinatown. I can tell you some history of Chinatown actually. Let's see if I can remember. So this isn't the first Chinatown in London actually. The first Chinatown was in the East End. Porsche coming, let's move. So yes, the first Chinatown was actually in the East End at Limehouse. Chinese employees arrived in the 18th century, and by 1914 there was a big Chinese community, restaurants, shops, all sorts. That would take us back down to Charing Cross Road. I'm going to take you back along, I think. Now this area of London actually started in the Great Fire of London. In the rebuild after the fire, the Great Fire of London, they wanted to set up a military training ground. So the area's owner, Lord Gerrard, so Gerrard Street, they gave permission for these fields, because it was fields in this area back then. They gave permission for the fields to be given over to a training academy. So Gerrard Street was actually completed in 1685, then a market hall, a slaughterhouse, and then Soho basically arrived. And this area of London really quickly, 18th, 19th century, grew into a place for artists, authors, political people. Came here, set the world to right, drank a lot I suspect, and the area grew. This area was also, much like Spitalfields, if you watch my video of Spitalfields Market, attracted many of the various immigrant communities arriving, like the French Huguenots. If you look at my video of Spitalfields, you'll see houses where the Huguenots used to live. So we're walking along Lisle Street at the back of some of the places along Leicester Square. Another route there down to Leicester Square that you can see. Also quite noisy. A lot of cleaning activities going on. Here's Little Korea. Beautiful gates. When Chinatown really arrived, really set it up to say, this is Chinatown, come enjoy. Cummings Chinese, next to Pizza Express and O'Neill's. Sweet. Don't even know what that is. Big truck coming. And here we are, Gerrard Street, the main street through Chinatown. There we go. Kowloon Buffet. I think I've mentioned in a previous video that I've been in there. Really quite liked it actually. Setting up to sit outside. Under the current rules, people can sit outside there. Salons have just opened. Four Seasons, Golden Dragon. There we have the view. Dumplings Legends 10th anniversary. 10 years old, bless them. Gerrard Street, where we're on, by the way, is where legendary jazz maverick Ronnie Scott set up his first jazz club in the basement of number 39. I don't actually know which one I'm outside of at the moment. Oh, there's 36. That's 36, and I've just gone past 39. No, that's 37. It's good timing, wasn't it? It looks to me... Yep. So Ronnie Scott's would first have been set up where it looks like, is it the Golden Phoenix? Is it 39? So Ronnie Scott's started here. There you go. New Loon supermarket. All set up, masks, the whole lot, cleansing, what have you. And here we are at the end of Chinatown now. Wonderful patisserie. This, if I get my history correctly, if this is the old Alhambra Hotel, which was really one of the top hotels to stay at. Is it in the 19th century? 18th or 19th, I forget. Horizons Casino. It's the square itself. I'll go back around that in a moment. So Leicester Square actually takes its name from the Earl of Leicester. He was a bit naughty. He sort of took all the grounds, and the destitute and the poor who relied upon the area had to petition the king. And so the small park that we associate with Leicester Square was actually the gated off part that they were allowed to use. I think it was originally available for common use on Lammas Day, on the 12th of August, where they could wash their clothes and herd their cattle. And the Earl of Leicester became obliged to preserve these grounds. Another route up to Chinatown. This part of the square, all routes north, will take you into Chinatown. And here we have M&M's World, the old Swiss centre. Haven't been in. I don't really like M&M's. Am I allowed to say I don't like M&M's? No, I don't really like M&M's. I don't really get them. Sorry. But the oldies amongst us know that this used to be the Swiss centre. So we were just up there. Dangerously going to the middle of the road. Just catch you that view of the entrance to Chinatown. It's Coventry Street, and that will basically take you through towards Oxford Street then, and Piccadilly Circus, Regent Street, places like that. And here's the Lego store, the world's largest Lego store. Just show you this is the old Swiss clock from when this was the Swiss centre. And here's the world's largest Lego store, opened in November 2016. The opening was marked by unveiling a 6-metre, 20-foot high model of Big Ben, made out of 20,000 Lego bricks. So as I said, the Earl of Leicester bought this land in 1630, built himself a great big house called Leicester House. as I said, the St Martin in the Fields parish is sort of kicked out all the people to use the common land. So they appealed to King Charles I, and Lord Leicester was told to keep part of this land, thereafter known as Leicester Fields and later as Leicester Square. So that's what you're looking at now. It used to be a completely residential area. Properties laid out like those in Pall Mall. And the Prince of Wales actually lived here in the 18th century for a little while. And then in the sort of 18th, 19th century, it became an area for popular entertainment. Brothels appeared. And visitors could pay to watch the severed heads of traitors executed at Temple Bar through a telescope. And so it became very well known, this area, as an entertainment centre, and lots of foreign-owned hotels established around the square, making it popular with visitors to London. And here we have the William Shakespeare statue. Great quote on there. There is no darkness but ignorance. So there we are, looking at, we've got the IMAX Empire Casino, as I said, one of the old hotels, the Odeon, Global's Media, Laurel and Hardy on top of the ticket pot, and a nice fountain. And a McDonald's. And an all bar one, just so you know. You might have noticed Mary Poppins. Oh, actually, what I was going to show you, I'll show you some of these little statues. They've got this little chap here. Charlie Chaplin. Don't think you needed me to tell you that, maybe, I don't know. And we've got some more around here. My favourite's Paddington. I'm going to just rock up in the middle of those people and show you a video of Paddington. There we go, Paddington Bear. Having a sandwich. Not the only one either. So I'll come out round this end of the square. As I said, I think, hopefully you noticed Mary Poppins as we were entering at the far end. I think I'll end with a bit of singing in the rain. Not me, you understand. You wouldn't want to hear me singing. Might be better in the rain, at least that way you don't hear me. This building seems to have been built forever. It says Edwardian Hotels. I'm sure it'll be nice when it's finished. Please get a minute. Right, who do we have here? Sweet. I can't quite remember when these popped up. It was earlier this year, last year, I can't remember. And here we have Singing in the Rain. Luckily it's not raining today, it's quite nice. And we'll end it there. I do hope you enjoyed that walk around Leicester Square. I will see you next time. Bye bye. Oh, and Chinatown. We saw Chinatown too. Woohoo. See you next time. Bye.